So you want to grow your side business, but you have a full-time job? Well, stick around because I want to show you some things that might be able to help you. So we hear it all the time. Wake up at 5 a.m., wake up at 4, wake up at 3. A lot of people have this absolutely wild schedules that it can be a little bit intimidating at first when you look at it. You're like, there's no way I can wake up that early. There's no way, like, after finishing my 10-hour shift, I can go home and do this and wake up at 3 or like do all these things that they want me to do. It seems like if you go on social media, everyone has a different theory. It seems like everyone has a different schedule. It seems like everyone has the latest and greatest. I think before I even go into the video, I just think you should pick one person that you like, someone that you resonate with, and someone that you actually like can attain or can follow the steps and things that the steps and stuff that they give you. Because if you go on social media and you listen to all these people, they're all going to give you their format, they're all going to give you what works for them. And that's the part that I think sometimes as new creators or as new business owners and full-time employees, I think sometimes, and I'm only speaking for myself, we happen to miss. Like, yeah, everybody has great ideas. A lot of people have really good tips and stuff that can help you. However, like sometimes you have to realize, like, wait, maybe that works for them because at the stage in their life that they are in, that works. Like I'm absolutely positive that whatever they're telling me is gonna work. However, is it gonna work in my stage of life? Is it gonna work with my current schedule? Is it gonna work if you have a family? Is it gonna work if you have things that, life, certain things come up? And that's where I think we miss sometimes, and it can be a little bit overwhelming listening to everybody when they're not even in the same stage of life that you're in. So one of the things that I've done is I've learned to block out the noise. I've learned to block out the noise as much as possible, even though sometimes it gets to me. I'll go on social media, especially Instagram, and then you have a ton of people just giving you do this, do that. And sometimes I'm like, I have to remind myself, like, hey, listen, shut it down. If they're in their own path right now, and what can you do differently? Does that apply to you? Can you take those tools and apply them to your life? And that's kind of what I want to make this video about, and just sharing my experience, and take the tools or whatever tips I give you. And if you feel like they're beneficial, use them. And if don't, then don't, because at the end of the day, I don't know what stage in life you are. You don't know what stage in life I am. And like I said, it could be overwhelming listening to everybody. For example, I'm at a stage in life where I'm 32. I'm single. I have my full-time job. I'm starting my part-time business. Like, I don't have a wife and kids waiting home for me. So I don't have to worry about that. Like, I don't have to worry about making time for them. I have my me time, and whatever I choose to do with my time, it's not gonna hurt anybody. It's not gonna make things better or worse for anybody else but myself. So those are the things, like the stage in life where I'm at, where maybe some things that I tell you, you're like, Daniel, wait, I can't do that because I have a wife, kids, and a dog. Like, oh, I don't even have any pets. And like the stuff that I'm gonna tell you, maybe you're like, that doesn't really apply to me next. So again, maybe the tips that I give you does work, maybe they don't. However, I'm just gonna share them and take them if it works. And if it doesn't, then don't. Reason number one why I think you should wake up 2 hours early before you start your full-time job. Again, this is for me personally, it is beneficial because I'm more focused in the morning, and it works a little bit better for me because I'm the type of person, like, if I put it in my schedule, I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna give it my best to do whatever I said I was gonna do. And I feel like waking up 2 hours early, for example, if I have to schedule my client's social media posts, if I put it on my structured app and for 5:15, let's say I wake up at 5:15, then it makes sense for me to wake up early and do the things that I have scheduled, because I have 2 hours before I go to work. I live very close to work, and I don't want to waste that energy that I have in the morning in my job. I love my job, like I enjoy it a lot. However, I think when I put my best, I don't know for you, but for me, like, my creativity either hits me early in the morning or late at night. It works for me. Like, waking up early, I can focus on things that I need to do, just get them out the way, the most important task. Because when I get out of work, I'm exhausted. Like, I'm on my feet most of my day, and by the time I get home, don't want to think about and be creative some days. Like, some days I just want to come home, take a shower, go to sleep, like eat, go to sleep. That's one of the reasons why for me it works better to wake up 2 hours early and just try to get like the biggest or like the most creative part of my day out of the way on the days that I do work. Because by the time I get home, sometimes, let's be honest, I'm not gonna want to do it. Another reason why waking up 2 hours early and getting most of the work done is for time management. Like, if I wake up early in the morning and I do the things that I know for my business that I have to do, and I get them out of the way, then whatever happens after work, after I leave work, but if I did the most important things that I needed to do for my business, for my growth in my business, then I feel better. Like, I feel like I've accomplished something. Like, I feel like, okay, I did what I said I was gonna do, and now whatever happens, if a friend calls and they want to hang out, if something happens and and life comes at you, then I manage my time to where I now finish like most important task of my day for my business, for me, early in the morning, and I can manage my time better. For example, let's say things do come up. If I already did the job or like the work that I was going to do for my business early in the morning, then I don't have to worry at night because it's already done. So another reason why I think waking up 2 hours early before you go to work is beneficial is because you create that positive momentum. You create that momentum. You got the biggest challenge out of the way. Once you go into work, like what can they possibly throw at you that you're not gonna be able to handle? Like, yeah, work is work. Like you're gonna have things, but you already know what to expect from your job. You already know what kind of things you're gonna do. So for me, if I get the biggest like the side hustle and the thing that I know that's gonna help me grow out of the way, like I'm gonna go into work with a little bit more positive. I'm gonna go in like, yeah, I did like most important task of the way. It's kind of like the people, I haven't done it, but I have heard great things about like cold showers. If you do the hardest thing first thing in the morning, then what else can they throw at you throughout the day that is gonna mess you up or that's gonna throw you out of a loop? Like very few things, obviously, like God forbid, like a family emergency or something like that. Obviously, that's gonna throw you out of a loop. But I think like as far as like a job or like something that can happen at work, like this coworker didn't show up or this person didn't like called out or whatever the case is. If you did your important task with your business, personally think like you go into work a little bit more positive, ready to crush the day. So not only are you doing what you have to do for your business, but you're also going in with that good momentum into your job. All right. So the last reason why I believe waking up 2 hours early before going to your job is helpful is when you wake up early. Again, I'm not pushing anybody to wake up at 5 or longer than you have to. I'm just saying what works for me. But when you wake up earlier and you're doing your job, putting in the work for your business, for your company, there's something in there, right? Like you're waking up. A lot of people are still in bed. A lot of people are still barely getting up, just barely getting by, like waking up. And you're like, man, I did something very important for my business. I did something that I needed to do for my business and I got it done. I got it out of the way. I did what I said I was going to do. I feel like there's something in doing that every single time that you set yourself to do it, or if you create a habit to do that, that it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel accomplished. It makes you feel like, you know what, I crushed it today. Now let me go into my job and I'm gonna crush it there too because I already did, like again, like I said earlier, like you already did the hardest part of your job, which was work, putting the work for your business, for your personal growth. I think like waking up earlier, like not a lot of people are doing it. Not a lot of people are crushing it right now. Not a lot of people are waking up at 5. You are, like you're putting in the work, like you're waking up early, earlier than anybody else. And that there's something to that. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know. But you hear other people talk about it, and it's one of those things like you just gotta experience it for yourself. So those are my reasons. And again, like I'm not saying I wake up 2 hours early every day. I have been trying to build a habit. I do have to say, like whenever before I go to bed, if I plan my day for the next day, for example, if I say, hey, I'm gonna wake up at 5, and I do wake up at 5, and I put in the work, my mood throughout the day feels better because I did what I said I was gonna do for my business, for my growth, and that feels really good. So I just wanted to do this little quick sit down just to share some tips, a little bit of motivation, I guess, if you have been thinking about starting to wake up earlier because you know you should and you know it's going to be beneficial. So if you're thinking about it, just do it. All right, that is it. Hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.